everybody, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Sami Abusaad here with the Strategic Swing Trader with another weekly video. Let's go ahead and get started by taking a look at the market. I am showing you the daily chart of the QQQ, which is the tracking ETF for the NASDAQ 100. I like to use the Qs as opposed to the SPY. Virtually the same picture. Here it is. Here's the SPY, slightly stronger than the Qs. But I like to use the Qs because the Qs definitely leads the market. It's dominated by technology companies, the FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Google, Netflix, right? So dominated by the technology stocks, which lead the economy for sure. As you can see, the Qs broke that daily uptrend a while ago, a few weeks ago actually, maybe at the end of April, beginning of May, and is in a downtrend on the daily chart. If we look at the weekly though, the weekly time frame is right at that rising 20. What I think is going to happen is we're going to get some kind of a bounce, and the bounce is going to fail initially. So the idea, one of the most challenging things when it comes to trading is getting multiple time frame alignment, getting an alignment between the weekly and the monthly, which are bullish, and the daily, which is bearish. So once they're all in alignment, that's when you really want to be aggressively bullish. When they're not in alignment, when the daily is still bearish, the weekly is bullish, that's when it's really tough. And so it's hard to also predict. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is the market is going to react to that weekly rising 20, get bought, but it's not going to go right away because of that declining 20 period moving average and the downtrend that we have on the daily chart. So we might get a pop, and then I would be interested in getting a pop, but I won't do it right away. I'll look for the W pattern. I'll look for that for the retest and the failure to go lower. That would get me in the market, back in the market long, and I will go back in my 401k long. I've been in cash since March 21st. So that should be March 21st, because I thought this was the top in the market, and it was the top for a few days. And then the market went way up, topped out again. We're now back below the March 21st high. As you can see, 182.83. So we're at 178 now in the Qs. And I'm looking to get back in long, but I want that multiple time frame alignment. Sometimes this is the unfortunate part, is sometimes it doesn't come, meaning the market just does this and you miss out. It keeps going. But that's rare. Most of the time the market won't rally and put in a sustainable rally without actually without some kind of a retest or basically a W pattern. Okay? So that's what I'm going to be looking for, is that initial rally and then the retest and then the W pattern, and then I'll get back in long in my 401k. I also think based on the hourly and the daily chart, we certainly look lower still. Maybe we reach 175, which was my target all along, the 200 MA. Even here, when I thought the market topped out, I thought we would get to the 200 MA. We never did. And so now I'm hoping we get down there, bounce a little bit. I will let it go on the first bounce, as I said 2-3 times already, and then look to do the secondary bounce. Now, I do these videos every weekend, but the truth is sometimes, I'm not going to, sometimes you have to act during the week. So you have to, and I don't do a video every day. I do it on the weekend, this weekly market update video. So, but I like to give you my perspective on the market. This way, if it sets up at any time during the week, whether I'm doing a video or not, you can take action. All right? So that's my take on the market. And now we're going to talk about some stocks, individual stocks that I think look good for Monday at least. Okay? Before I talk about the individual stocks, I just want to say I need to show you this disclaimer to tell you that trading is risky, and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only, not to be construed as investment advice. That's number one. Number two, be sure to check out the links in the description of the video. I dropped a couple of links. So be sure to click on those and check it out. And if you find benefit in today's video, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. All right. So HK, this is almost a climactic. It is a climactic buy setup. But what I like about it is the hourly chart. Notice how we got that big rounding bottom. I know it's a 25-cent stock, but I don't care about that. Because a 25-cent stock going to 50 cents, that's 100% gain. Okay? It's actually much easier for a 25-cent stock to go to 50 cents rather than versus a $25 going to $50. Does that make sense? It would need to rally 25 bucks to double. In this case, it would only need to rally 25 cents to double. So I like the HK. The truth is, it triggered already on Friday, yesterday, but it's still not too late. It didn't like go right away. So I like it still over the base, stop under it. Okay, on the HK. MGNX is a weekly buy setup. This triggered on a couple of days ago and didn't work. But if it goes back up above 1925 or so, I intend to get back in it. MGNX, is a weekly buy setup. Like it a lot. MNK, this was played a couple of days ago, 3-4 days ago on the novice gap down. It was my best trade in the room, and I held it. So I held it because it's a good novice gap for a few days. And so now it has that retest, and it succeeded. It didn't take out the lows, put in a higher low. So I like it higher. Doesn't have a great pattern per se on the hourly chart, but you could do it just over the base. Stop right here. It's going to be a big stop. All right. So that's the MNK. Next one on the list is Match, also in it and triggered on this day, May 13th, but has a daily buy setup. This had a gorgeous breakout, actually ignited through a tier 1 professional gap up, which was played as an earnings play. So from here, and then rallied really nicely, and then now has a buy setup. So I do like the Match.com, your favorite site, isn't it? Totally kidding. I've actually never been to Match.com, but I know it's a dating site or a dating app, something like this. So I really like this as I'm going to type it here, core, C-O-R-E, core play, meaning long-term play, not a short-term play, long-term play. All right, so that's the Match. Next one on the list is QTNT. I also like this as a core play. I'll show you the weekly and the monthly over the base right here. This is reporting earnings on Tuesday before the market open, so it may gap. If it gaps, then you'd have to do it as an intraday pattern and then look to hold. So that's the QTNT weekly buy setup, and here's the monthly, big rounding bottom. Like these big rounding bottoms, check out the CRE. Very similar. Was a big rounding bottom. It tripled. 20 some dollars, it went to 70, right? Almost 70 bucks, more than tripled. 350% gain, basically. So I do like the QTNT. TMUS is also triggered. This one I missed out on because I called it as a play long on the 1, 2, 3, and then it gapped up. And I said, okay, well, I missed it. So I canceled my order. If I had kept my order in the system, it would have actually triggered me in on the way down. So I'm looking to get in it, basically, because I'm supposed to be in it, but I canceled my order thinking it was never going to trigger. It gapped $6 above it or $4 above it. So now has a buy setup. Also a core play like the Match, but the Match is better, in my opinion. See how the monthly is breaking out on TMUS, T-Mobile? So I like it as a long-term play. And then, hey, Uber. Uber has a daily buy setup. As I said, I didn't think Uber would get the Lyft treatment. Remember I said that in last week's video? Lyft was just out of the gate, on the IPO day, was just super bearish, got sold until Uber went public, right? But it's been getting sold. I didn't think Uber would get the same treatment that Lyft did, because Uber has a lot more going for it, a lot more well capitalized, but also has Uber Eats, has a lot of other things going for it. So it has a daily buy setup. Pretty sloppy. I won't do it actually on the first entry, but if it gives me that W pattern, like the market, I will look to do the Uber. Now, why am I mentioning it even though it's not ready for Tuesday? Monday, the market is closing. Why am I mentioning it? Because as I said, I don't do these videos every day. I do it just on the weekend. So what if it prints a couple red bars and then proceeds to take them out on next week, like Thursday or Friday? Then you can be ready for it, okay? But this is not ready for Monday. As for the shorts, the bearish items, BGS looks great. It triggered also on Thursday, but it didn't go anywhere, so you have a chance to get in it under the 123 with a stop over 2240, I believe. Yeah, 2241 would be the stop. Entry would be under 2172. Really like it. CLDR is a 123, igniting gap, and then a 123 breakdown. Like it. DPLO breakdown. I like it. This didn't trigger I had a call on it yesterday on Friday, but didn't trigger and still looks lower on the daily chart, okay? IFF is more of a core play short. Don't love the daily chart very much because it's not a very tight base. The tighter the base, the better it is because it means there's more certainty about it. When it's really whippy like this, your stop is going to have to be above the base, your entry is under the base, and that makes for a big stop. The bigger the stop, the smaller the share size, and the smaller the target. So I don't like this sloppy base, but look at the monthly chart. That's building a big top. The bigger the top, the bigger the drop. So I really, really like it. It just needs to work right here, right off the declining 20 on the monthly chart. I like it as a core play short. Core play short. Where? Just under this daily base, or if you go to the weekly, under this green bars, no, under the bottoming tail bar is low. It's the same, whichever one is lower. I guess the green bar is low, 133.14. Going to be a big stop initially, and if it works, we can look to tighten and add more shares and lower the stop. Legend is a breakdown, setting up as a breakdown with a stop right here. Beautiful. Notice the legend was an unbelievable climactic sell. See this, guys? Why did it crash? Not because the fundamentals of the company changed overnight. It's because it ran out of demand. It just basically topped out. And when they top out, look out below. If it's a momentum stock, just look out below. So this looks slower all the way maybe to 50. I mean, you might think I'm exaggerating. Look at Stamp, for example. That's $300 or 285. It's at 34 today. And when was this a $280 stock? Just August of last year. Now it's 34. So Legend, I think, has more room to the 200 MA. Okay? So it still has more room. And IHD is a little low price stock, but has a beautiful base. Short under the base, stop above it. Take two, oh no, this is 2U, whatever. TWOU, short under the base, stop above it. And then WBA already broke down on Thursday. I didn't get it because it had a flat 20. See this? Flat 20, I don't short it. I'm actually in the KHC short. See this? The WBA Walgreens is very similar to the KHC. Okay, very similar. But I'm in this already. I had a call on it for the strategic swing traders, and it triggered on Thursday. See, that's when it triggered, right here. And the WBA has a 1-2-3 short. Walgreens. Look at the monthly. It had a nice rounding top. It dropped nicely, and then it rallied really hard, and the sell setup is what drove it back down lower. From 85 maybe close to 90 actually, 86. Now it's at $50. I still think it's lower. I'm going to give you an update also on the cryptocurrency market, but since this video is getting a little too long, I'm going to just end it for now and do another video just on cryptocurrency, okay? So tune in if you're interested. I'll record it right away in the next minute or two. Thanks so much, guys. Again, if you found benefit in today's video, be sure to hit the like button and feel free to check out the links where you can trade with me, actually. Day trade, swing trade. So I give you some information in the description of this video. Thanks so much and happy holidays. Enjoy the holiday this weekend. Take care.